Hey guys, Saturn Looms here, and today I'm going to be filming a tutorial for this adorable Loomigurumi Manatee, which is designed by me, but I give a lot of credit to Looming Legends on Instagram. I think it's Looming_Legends on Instagram for the body pattern because it is their baby seal body pattern, and then I just added the fins and the snout, but it is my design, but I give them credit, lots of credit. So yeah, let's zoom in. So let's get right into the materials we'll be needing to make this cutie. So I will be using my rainbow loom hook as always. You'll be needing a stitch marker or a C-clip, 2 8mm safety eyes is what I'm going to be using. You can use any size safety eye. I don't use backings, by the way. Or you can use beads. You can like to tie them on. I don't have a bead placement for like in the pattern. Or you can use black bands wrapped around your hook and then tied on. You might want a helper hook for this to like push the stuffing in places. I don't know. So I usually bring one. You'll need something to stuff with. I'm using polyfill. You can use cotton balls, tissues, whatever. And for my color today, I'm going to be using Rainbow Loom Opaque Gray. This is like jelly dark gray or something. I'm not sure. But I thought I'd go something a little lighter. And I don't have a band count, of course, but it'll be in the description. I always forget to do it before the video. So those are the materials you'll be needing. And now let's get into the process of making this cutie. I also do want to apologize because I am a little bit sick, so I do sound a little nasally. So I apologize for that. But nothing I can do about it. Unfortunately, I got sick over my winter break. Which sucks because I was sick not that long ago, and I don't get sick very often. So it's all happening right now. So first, you're just going to want your body color. You can do multiple colors on this, but I'm going more natural. So the only prep work we have to do is the snout, just the snout, because the other two things you like go off of the body for. I decided I want to move my bands over here. So for the snout, we're going to start with a magic ring of 4. If you don't know how to make a magic ring, I will show you. So we're going to start by taking a band and wrapping it around our hook 2 times, creating 3 loops, like so. Take another band, pull your 3 loops onto that band, and reclaim, and put this back loop over the front loop. And then I usually take my hook out and reposition it so that it looks like this. And now we're going to go back into those 3 loops, take another band, and pull it through just these 3 loops and hold this loop back. You pull it through just the 3 loops, reclaim, and put these back 2 loops over the front one. And now we're going to repeat that 2 more times. So into the 3 loops. Oh my gosh. Into the 3 loops, reclaim, back 2 loops over the front one. One more time, and we'll have a magic ring of 4. And now we're going to put our stitch marker on the band that's on our hook. So we have 1, starting with 1 on our hook, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This little thingy right here is not a stitch. It may look like one, but it's not. Now we are going to increase everything. So if you don't know what an increase is, I'll show you. And we're going to end up with 8. Sorry about my camera wobbling. I have a new tripod set up, and it's a little wobbly, but that's only when I like bump my desk. So just stay steady. Okay. So to increase, we're going to go into the first stitch, not this weird little band here, the loop itself. And we're going to take a band and pull through just the 2 loops. And then the back 2 over the front one. And since this is an increase, we're going to go back into that same stitch that we were just in and pull a band through and do a stitch. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. And you'll have 8 stitches. I hope that isn't wobbly. It is a really cool like tripod thing. It like mounts to my desk and then it like comes over, and then I have my ring light. Like my ring light has a built-in tripod, but that was a pain in my butt, so I just have that to the side to give me light. Okay, and when you're done, put your stitch marker on the stitch, or when you move your stitch marker up when you are done with all the increases. And so you should have 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're going to do a single increase around. So a single stitch is the same thing as an increase, except you're only putting 1 band in it. So it's just a single. And then the next stitch, we're going to do an increase. And we're going to repeat that all the way around, and you should have 12 stitches. I've had this design for a while. I brought it to vacation with me and took pictures of it on the beach, and it has like, it still has sand like in it, because I dropped like all my things, and it like got sand all in the bands, and you can't really like rinse it because it's like has stuffing in it. So that's fun. And 2 manatees. I'll probably put one of them on my website. Speaking of my website, I'd really appreciate any support on my website, SaturnLooms.com. Link will be in my bio and in the description of this video. It's been really slow, honestly. I just need to promote it more, but I think it just needs more publicity. But yeah, please support small businesses, especially around the holidays. I know Christmas is over, but still, it's the holiday time. So then I should have 12 stitches. I'm not going to count around because I know I have 12, but if you want to, you can count. And now we can actually take our C-clip off, and we're going to go into our next stitch, and we're going to do a loose slip knot. So we're going to pull our band through everything on our hook, and then back one over the front one, and lightly tie that off, enough that it doesn't fall out, but not tightly. So that's our little snout, and I have a couple around, but I think that I attached it a different way. But you can attach it any way you want. I will be doing it this way. So I tied it off here. And now we can get into the main body, because the fins and the... Oh, excuse me. So sorry. The fins and this back part are like sewn onto it. So yeah, let's get into the main body. All right, so focus. To start the main body, we're going to start the magic ring of 5, and I already showed you how to make a magic ring, so if you have to rewind, but I'll still go a little bit slow. So wrap 3 times. Sorry, just... focus. There we go. So we're going to wrap around 3 times, 1 band, pull through. This one isn't as pretty, but... and we're doing 5 this time instead of 4. This shouldn't be a long tutorial because it's a pretty small thing, and there's a couple repetitive parts, so I can like not go on camera for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, 5. So then it makes it shorter, but the process is still a little bit longer. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. So once you have 5, we are going to do single increase around, and you will have 7 stitches. So, nope. So, single increase. I think this is a pretty easy design for beginners too. I'd say the hardest part is definitely the fins. I've not loomed in a long time, I feel like. I made some bracelets, like for a friend, like not that long ago, but otherwise I feel like it's been forever, like since I did Loomigurumi. And my stitch marker came off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should have 7 stitches when you're done. Now we're going to do that same thing again. We're going to do single increase. Again, the body pattern is by Looming Legends and their baby seal. So I'll link that video in the description and their socials. Thank you for giving me permission to film with the body design. Yeah, I've been on holiday break. I needed a break so bad, oh my gosh. School is draining. And it's just boring. I don't think I've uploaded in like 5 months. Whoops. It's just so hard to find the motivation to film, honestly. But I think now that I have this new setup, it's a lot easier for me to set up. Like filming, like before it was such a hassle, so I like almost avoided it because I didn't want to set it up. But this is a lot easier, so. Also, by the way, both the rows, I should have said it before, should end in the single crochet, not with an increase. So you should have 10 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 around. And now we're going to do increase and 2 single crochets. So we're going to do an increase and then 2 single crochets, increase, 2 single crochets. So a bit of a different pattern. So starting with an increase, and then 2 single crochets. You have 14 when you end this round. It really does suck being sick. I sound so nasally, I'm so sorry. But I really wanted to film today because I said I would, and I have been like planning out like days to film stuff. I might even film another tutorial. Depends on how I feel, I guess, because I was planning on doing so much more, but then sickness just was like, nope. For this, you should be ending on an increase. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now we're going to do 4 single crochets and an increase all the way around, and you should have 16 stitches. So we're going to do 4 singles. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then an increase. And then repeat that all the way around. I'm trying to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. I always, when I'm looming regularly, my fingers always cover up what I'm doing, so I'm trying to not. And for this, you're just going to end with 4 singles. If I did it right. Let me check to make sure that I have, what, 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. So you should have 16 when you're done with that round. And now we're going to do 2 rows of single crochet around, and I'm going to go off camera for this because it's just repetitive. So you're just going to do 2 rows of single crochet all the way around, no increasing, no decreasing, just 2 single rows of 16. And I put these out so I can like count how many rows that I've done so I don't lose track, and come back to me when you're done with your 2 single rows. Okay, so I finished my 2 rounds. Hope you did too. And now we are going to do 2 single crochet and a decrease around. And if you don't know what a decrease is, then I will show you. So we're going to do 2 single crochets to start, so you know how to do that. And then a decrease, so we're going to grab the front half of the first loop and the back half of the next loop, and we're going to make a stitch on this. Like so. So we're going to repeat that. So single, single, and then front part of the first loop, back part of the next loop. Make a stitch on that. And when you're done, you should have 12 stitches. Single, single, decrease. I don't know what to talk about. There's really not much to talk about. Well, I'll figure something out. Well, not now because we have to do 2 more rounds of single crochet around. But I said around twice. So we're going to do 2 more rows of single crochet. And you should have 12 stitches at the end of both rounds. And come back to me when you're done again. Alright, so I hope you finished your 2 rows. You should still have 12. And now we're going to... Whoa. Sorry about that. I have my iPad with my pattern, and it just kind of fell. So, whoops. Alright. So now we're going to stuff. So you're going to get your stuffing. Probably don't need that much. You can always add more later, or we will be adding more later, or you can always get more up here later before you close it. Okay, now we're going to do 3 single crochets and a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, sorry, and a decrease. To grab more bands. And you should have 10 stitches after this. And you should end with 2 single stitches. Okay. Now we're going to do 1 row of single crochet around. I'm just going to stay on camera to do it because it's fast. There, put more bands. It's really not band heavy at all. Just do 1 row of single crochet. I think I like what I did to choose the tutorial. I put out a poll, which I kind of forgot that I could do because I always am indecisive about what to post or what to film for. So doing the poll, like having you guys choose, knowing what you want to make, makes it easier. Also, we're almost at 3,000 subscribers. That's like kind of crazy. Thank you for not uploading like nearly as much as I should and like consistently. I'm in awe of the support. So sorry about that weird cut, but let's continue. So we did our 1 row of single crochet. You should have 10 around. Is that the last thing we did? Yeah. And now we're going to do single decrease, and we're going to end up with 7. But before you do that, I would stuff it a little bit more. Because it's getting tighter. Okay, so now we're going to do single decrease around. Should have 7 stitches. And you should end with a single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you don't even need your stitch marker after that, as long as you have 7. Honestly, it doesn't even matter if you don't have exactly 7, but you should. But it's not the biggest deal if you don't, because we're just closing it up now. I'm gonna stuff mine one last time. This is where a helper hook might come in handy to just push the stuffing in. So now we're just going to decrease until you can't decrease anymore. I'll tell you how many I'm able to do. So that's 1, 2, 3, gets tight, 4, I think I'll be able to do 5. Yep. So I'm doing 5, and when you get to the 5th one, or your last one, you're going to take a band and pull through everything on your hook and slip knot nice and tight. And then you can tuck this in. So here's the body, and now we can add the snout, the eyes, and then I will show you how to do the fins, the back one and the front ones. So I'm going to do my eye placement first. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 stitches back from the magic ring, but it's really your preference. Go here Yeah. Like that. And then the snout will go there. Okay, for the snout, I'm going to take, it's really just preference, but I'm going to go right here and undo that slip knot and tie it nice and tight. Do I like where that is? I don't think I like where that is. But that's like the process. Take that out. I just want it to be a little bit closer up. Whoopsie. Okay. So I did it here, so I'm gonna do it. Sorry. I'm gonna do it here. See how I like that. Really, what I did for like my attaching is I slip knotted it all around. Okay, I like that better. So I'm gonna go here maybe. And I'm literally just slip knotting around. You can sew it. You could have attached it while you were doing it. I don't know. It's really just preference. I think I did 4 in my other one, but I think I'm only gonna do 3 here. And yes, the eyes, when you don't put backings on, they like tend to like stick out a little bit, but I don't really mind that because I just push it back in. If you mind that, then you might want to put backings on. But again, just preference. Then we're gonna tuck in those tails from the slip knotting. Another place where helper hook comes in handy is pushing the stuffing back in. Sorry if I'm not on camera for tucking in my tails. It's easier to do it when I'm not in frame. Okay, do I like that? Okay, I think I like that. Okay. So now we're going to do the fins on the side. Did I do the side first? Yeah, I'll do the side first. All right, so let's see where I did them here. I did them like 1 row below where I did the eyes. I'm gonna go like right here. But again, it's preference, but this is where I'm gonna go. And we are going to stitch 3 across. So we're gonna go 1, and go into another near stitch. Try to go in as straight as you can. 2, and as close together as you can. 3 and 4. I feel like I didn't go as far back for this one. No, that's about right. Okay, so 1. Wait, how many did I say? I think I just said 3. Stitch 3. 1. Yeah, I said 3. I did 4. Sorry. So sorry. Yeah, just 3. But I said 4 because I think you go into the slip stitch. Okay. So now we are going to, I like to turn my hook a little bit just so that my band isn't twisted. And we're just going to go across. Make stitches across. And there should be 3 stitches. Because we're going to go into the slip stitch. It is a little bit tighter. So that's 1 time across, flip your hook. And if you want them, all your stitches to be facing the same way, you're gonna go in kind of like backwards, but if you don't care, then just go in the normal way. 1, 2, 3, nope. Sorry. And then flip 1 more time and go across. And when you get to the last stitch, we'll be slip knotting. Or not the last stitch. I will show you how I tie mine off. So I'm going to go into the last stitch and do my regular stitch. And then I like to go like kind of next to it. And then I slip knot that. Pull that nice and tight. I will tuck that in at the end. And there's one fin. Okay, sorry for the cut again. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side for the fin. So I'm going to go like here. Maybe here. Okay, I think I'm going to go here. So again, we're going to go stitch 3 times, not 4. Across as close together as you can. Yeah. And then I kind of flip my hook and 3 rows across in the 3 stitches, and we're going to include the slip stitch at the beginning, which is a little tighter to get into at first. This design does come together really quick. I really like it. I think it definitely looks best. I think the first time I made this, I used like the new formulation gray, but then they took that off the website, which I was kind of sad about because I really liked it. Because then they took this gray off, but then they added this gray back, and then there was another dark gray, which is what the other one I have on camera was. It's confusing, but this is like the regular gray, opaque from the web store. I need to do an order soon. I need to try out the new beige that they put on. And I have a big craft show in February, and I need to order some stuff to get ready for that. And then tie off. There we go. I will tuck these 2 tails in at the end after I do the big tail, or the big fin on the back. Well, these are, it's all confusing. Tails, fins, whatever you want to call them. So now we're going to do the last part, the big fin on the back. Okay. So it does get a little bit tricky. I'd say this is the trickiest part. So we're going to stitch 4 going like across this way. So I'm just gonna go here. These you want to put as close together as you can, because it's a very small area. And it will be a little harder to go in a straight line here. Just kind of do the best you can. Four. Like so. And which way did I go? So I'm gonna go. No, this way. Sorry. Okay, so now we're going to do an increase on both of the ends. So we're going to do 1 increase, 2 stitches, and an increase. So we're going to increase on the end stitch here. To like widen out the tail. Sorry, my pattern is written kind of weird, so I was like, what? Because I'm pretty sure I like jotted it all down like super quick because I just made it. I'm like, wait, I'm gonna forget how to do this. So I like jotted it down kind of weird. And then increase in the slip stitch. Sorry, I wasn't in frame for that. This is a little tight. There we go. So you should have 2 single stitches in the middle and then 2 increases. And now we're going to do 1 single row across. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There should be 5. Because this little weird band here is not a stitch. And now we are going to do, is it? Hold up. No, I don't think that is. Wait, let me just try and put a stitch in it and see if it looks. Okay, yeah, that is, I'm sorry. There's like a weird warped stitch on the end that doesn't really look like a stitch, but it's there. So make sure you go into that too. I'm stupid, sorry. Again, didn't write my instructions very clear for myself, so. Like that. And now we're going to increase on the ends again. So you should do increase. I'm pretty sure there's 4 in between that. So increase on the end. And then 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then 4 single stitches. Whoops. Sorry, this part is hard to do in the way I'm like, I just like to show it on camera is a little bit tricky. And then increase on this last one. Like so. Then okay, this part I wrote very weird, so we're going to, I'm just gonna go as I read it. So this first stitch is going to be a decrease, and I think what I did here is a different kind of decrease. So I'm going to take the back half of both the loops. I think this is called an invisible decrease in a way. That's how I'm going to do mine. And then just make a regular stitch on that. So decrease, then decrease on the last 2 and 3. Okay, so we're going to do single stitch, single stitch, single stitch, so I think 3 single stitches, another decrease, and I'm going to do again with both the back halves just to give it a cleaner look, and then 1 single stitch at the end in this tiny stitch, and then you can tie off in the fin like so, and he's almost done. Now we just gotta tuck in the tails. I'm just gonna do it on camera because I don't feel like, no, it's quick-ish. I lied. I tucked them in off camera. It had some issues, so sorry. But now your manatee is complete. I hope that it turned out well. And thank you so much to Looming Legends for letting me film with like permission with the body pattern. So if you make this, don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Saturn.Looms and Looming Legends. I think it's Looming_Legends on Instagram. And use the hashtag Saturn Looms and Looming Legends when posting. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And yeah, see you next time. Bye!